My name's Chris, and you might know me from some of my earlier guides, such as Affiliate Project X, Day Job Killer, Google Assassin, and Google Nemesis. Now, the purpose of this video is to explain exactly what Google Shadow is, how it came about to be in existence, and how it can help you today. But before I do that, I just want to get onto something that I consider very, very important, which is proof. Now, a lot of people are out there online talking about how they're making money and how they can teach you to do the same. But the thing is, if you want to learn how to make money online, the best piece of advice I can give you is you should go out and find someone who's making the kind of money that you want to make, copy what they're doing and learn from them. So I think it's very important that I demonstrate that I am that person and that I've walked the walk and that I've made the kind of money that I'm claiming. Okay, so I want to give you proof, and I want to walk you through my ClickBank accounts. Now, this is something that we've done with every previous launch. With our first release, which is Affiliate Project X back in October of 2006, we gave away proof that we were making, I think it was $50,000 a month back then. So the angle there was it was the $500,000 ClickBank account. And we were confident that our income would continue and that it would in fact increase, which it did, because in February of 2007 we released our second guide, which was Day Job Killer, and for the pre-launch for that one we gave away proof that we were making $1.1 million. So our income had jumped up from $500,000 to $1.1 million. Then in October of 2007, we came out with Google Assassin, and again our income had leapfrogged to $1.6 million. And then finally last year, we released Google Nemesis in July, and our income had jumped up then to $2.3 million. Now, as you can see from this headline here, our income has once again gone up from 2.3 to just under $2.5 million. And in all fairness, it's actually a lot more than that. It's probably close to 3. But in the interest of brevity, I just want to quickly dive through these and only show you sort of the top earning accounts. Now, what we've done up to this point is we've given away screenshots like this one here, where we just show a snapshot of a certain time period. But I thought I'd sort of switch things up a little bit here and actually show the paycheck section in ClickBank, which is reporting paychecks, and this will show you the amount that's actually been paid. So this isn't an amount like this one here that's got refunds and chargebacks and allowances and releases to be taken out of it. This is the actual amount that we've been paid by ClickBank in direct deposit. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly skim through these. If you can pay attention to this number here, sum of 2008 paychecks, which will tell you how much we were physically paid by ClickBank last year. So for the first account, you can see it's $299,000. For the second account, it's $91,000, $164, $533, $568, $216, $109, $180,000, $178,000, $51,000, $62, and $34. When you add all those numbers up, it comes to this amount here, which is $2.4 million a year, or about $6,800 per day, all from ClickBank, all generated online. Okay, and that's great. But how exactly did we do it? Well, I started out as an affiliate on ClickBank, I think back in 2005, and before that I'd done eBay, I'd done gambling, I'd done MLM, I'd pretty much tried everything, and I was kind of your stereotypical BizOp buyer. I bought everything, I couldn't make anything work, and then I got into affiliate marketing, and it sounded like the perfect business. No customers, no overheads, sell products you don't even own. I thought, great, this has got to be the one. Of course, it wasn't quite that simple, and I failed a lot before I managed to make it work. I tried all the methods that were out there, none of them worked for me, and it was only when I broke away and actually started using my own techniques and trying to come up with my own angles that I made things work. So back then I prided myself on having unique methods and being one step ahead of the competition. And that allowed me to have my first $100 day, my first $200 day, $500, and then back in, I think it was about 6 months after I really made the connection, I had my first $500 day. And then from that point on, I realized that if I was going to continue to grow my income, I really needed to start looking at automation and software. And when I brought software into the mix and hired programmers full time, that was when my income leapfrogged. So it went up to $1 million, 1.5, 2, and so on. So it was really about doing it different and then taking those methods and automating them. So that's what's got us here today. But the main purpose of this video is to talk about Google Shadow. So what exactly is Google Shadow? Well, Google Shadow is a system that has allowed one 27-year-old no-hoper to go from nothing to pulling in over $100,000 a month, all with Google AdWords and affiliate offers. Now the first thing I want to do is I just want to show you a quick amount of proof, a quick little bit of proof. Now I've already shown you some of my screenshots and you know who I am, and I'll talk about who the shadow is a little bit more in a second, although I have to be quite secretive as to what I can give away. But I just want to very quickly give you some of the proof. Now there's about 50 screenshots I've got here, and they're all going to appear on the sales letter when it launches on Tuesday. But for now, I just want to very quickly skip through and just show you that that we've got over $100,000 in earnings here. So you can see here, this is one ClickBank account for the period of January just gone. If we add up these numbers here, 7, 13, 17, 21 for January, and then add it to this one here, which is a second big promotion he's been doing, and we come up to about 60. Another one here which brings us up to 61, 63, 65, 67, 72, and so on. And they just continue on for about $100,000 worth of earnings. But like I say, I don't really want to show you the full $100,000 because it's spread across lots and lots of campaigns. But you can see there the guy's making a huge amount of money, and that's impressive. But I'll tell you the truth, there's a lot of people I know who make that kind of money, and that really wasn't impressed me about his system. What impressed me was that he was doing it with the Google Cash system. Okay, and the Google Cash system, aka direct linking, basically means that you take an affiliate offer, so you take someone else's product and you write a little Google ad and put it up on AdWords, so that when people search on Google, the ad appears, and then they click through your ad, and if they purchase, you then get a commission from it. So you're sending traffic directly through to the affiliate owner's page. You don't need a website of your own, you don't need to do any selling. It's a very, very powerful method. And for him to be doing something that's so simple and yet to be making so much money, that was really what got me. Okay, and people really thought that this method had died off back in maybe 2005, 2006. It started to become more and more difficult to do. Google started doing something called slaps, which means that they were trying to cut down on advertisers who they didn't like, and people started to say that Google Cash was dead, and in fact that Google AdWords was dead. So for me to find him was really a huge shock, to find this diamond in the rough who was making all this money doing something that everyone had kind of written off a few years ago. So how exactly did I find him? And if you want to locate a secret Google millionaire of your own, how do you do it? Well, back in October of last year, me and Ken, my business partner, were invited to what I can only describe as an invite-only millionaires meeting in Chicago that was put on by a guy called Eben Pagan, who many of you may know. He's a very big marketer, and he does over 20 million a year. So this guy was putting on sort of a secret mastermind event, and he wanted all of the top dogs online to come down and be there. So there's probably over, the people in the room, if you add it up, were probably making over $200-300 million a year. There's a lot of big players in this room, and Ken actually met him first, and when he told me that he was making all this money and he told me that he was doing it through direct linking, I actually didn't believe him. I actually at first thought that the guy was just a stone cold liar, and there's no way he was making all this money through direct linking. But I got in touch with the guy, we sat down, talked about things, and he showed me some of the actual screenshots from some of his accounts. And so when I saw the proof there, I said, look, we have to do something. I have to somehow get this system out to my readers, because it's just too perfect. This is literally the perfect offer. This is what people are after. You have to get this method out somehow. So that was back in October.